are safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close, so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew. The head is breathing, she's getting closer. Dillion. This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one. They're coming. Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them just like it changed her. Look, up ahead. You see it too? Yes, it is real after all. She has finally arrived in a land of mist and fog, the place the Northmen call Hell. Look around and you will see them, the drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the field and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest. Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. What is she thinking? I can tell you, she is afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she'd get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away, but it's always there, just out of sight, where you are most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power. They can feel you, they know you're here. You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. She wants to go back. She's scared. Go back! It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she had us. Idiot, you're so stupid. Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There is nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you two have a part to play in this story. Focus, look close, she needs to focus now. They're coming. Coward, get out! Only the dead dwell in Helheim, and that is where you must travel. The darkness is coming. It yearns for life, hungers for it, like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping, not this time. Can you see Helheim? He's there, I feel him. The land of mist and fog. The old man was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim. He's lost, can't save him. He's there, he's lost. There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. You'll never find him. He's there, he's lost. You'll never find him. Her dear, beloved Dillion. Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. But his soul is still hers. So she needs to lay him to rest. She'll never say she can't let him rot. She'll need to try. The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old man said there was a path hidden up to it. Let's see, shall we? Up there, it's up there. Why did she do that? She can't go back now. It's dangerous. It's going to hurt you. Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real, but what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand in the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away. The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim? Whatever horrors lay behind that door, She must find him.
Push it and do it, come on.
Shh. Someone's here. A vision of what's to come? Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time. The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillion told her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow, and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind, and she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost. The gate to Helheim, the gate to Dillion. Why won't it open? She has to challenge 2 courts. Which one will she choose first?
Focus.
What's that?
It's the bridge, idiot.
Push it. She did it. Look, something's different.
Can you see it? Why can't she see it?
It's funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? But once we do, we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there. Senua never could close her eyes, however hard she tried and begged. This is the price she pays for seeing things differently, because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too. The Northmen will not stop her. She will find what she's looking for.
Look around. It's all different now. Something's shifted. Can you feel it?
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world, where the forest itself is watching.
Another game. You know what to do. Shh. Can you hear Raven's song? You have to focus. Focus.
The song.
Raven's song. Focus. Focus. He's gone. Where did he go? You lost him. It's all your fault. You lost him again. You're stupid.
Is she lost? It wouldn't be the first time. Before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a guilt. Some, like Truth, become guilt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
She can get up now. It must be magic. A trick.
All Raven's magic. We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning, a deep and primal signal from within, a reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already there.
She can't go in. Truth says there's always another road. Watch out! Behind you!
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return. Senua does, because when darkness speaks, it changes everything, turning home into a foreign land, and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
She has to align the raven. There's too many of them. Too many. Oh, too many of them. The song. Valraven's song. It's here. No, it's there. There's 2 of them. Focus! This reminds her of somewhere. The forest. Which forest? The forest in the wilds. A long time. She went to the wilds a long time ago. Why did she go to the wilds? She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness. Did she beat the darkness?
No, it nearly killed her, but she tried. Truth helped her. If it wasn't for Truth, she'd be dead. She can't beat her own darkness.
She wanted to marry Dillion.
She came to beat her own darkness. She thought her curse would infect him.
Open it. She can't. Not from this side. The other side.
The ravens have gone now. Half have gone. It's a trap.
No, Valraven is helping.
Out in the wilds, in the cold winter woods, she no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. Almost. But she remembered Dillion's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her. Looking back, it was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all. And in the gloom, the smallest hints of shape, sound, or thought grew in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws.
She did it. The seal is broken. The gate is open.
There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness. It's like it doesn't want to kill her. Yet, it will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillion before her time comes? I am still here, Are you too? Where are we? Oh, I remember. It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there in the darkness, she remembered what he told her. With every battle, the darkness grows stronger, every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for truth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard her stories of the Northmen, and she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul. I wonder, can you see the faces too? They're there if you look for them. Did you see her? That was her mother, Galena. She was a priestess, a healer. She told Senua to see the weave that binds the world together, and it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness, but when it did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time hidden in the world, like she's still watching over her. She misses her so much.
Ella's gate won't open. Why? She hasn't challenged Cert.
She found the wretched old man on her way back from the wilds, an outcast. He was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world.
The sacrifice. There it is. Focus. Where's the fire gone? It was a trick. It was an illusion. Cert is testing the fire. Cert is waiting for her. She can't get through. Find your own path. Another gate. Another sacrifice. She needs to find it. She'll never make her way back. Everything will burn. How will she find her way back?
Truth was a troubled man, a scholar turned slave. They tortured him, took him with them on their raids, drove him to madness, spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds, to my world. Senua saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. If his tales of hell were true, then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him, until she too could see what he saw. Have you ever died before? It's a serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body, an imposter, and nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died 3 times before, and she will do so again. You can be sure of that.
She did it. She can open the gate to Helheim, to Hela, to Dillion.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Cert, you may cross the bridge over the river of knives to Helheim.
It's dark. The darkness. Only the dead may cross.
The gate. It's opening.
It's coming.
That song again. It's Hela. I'm sorry. I can't watch this. Once again, hell is reaching deep inside of her. Stormy seas and lost souls. She dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears as seen by our inner eye. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. But what if each one of us is always dreaming even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too. Why go on? When you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined, why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this, or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
She's alive. What's that sound?
It's song.
Dillion,
it's not real.
Listen to it. It is not real. The trick. Don't trust it. It's real. Maybe you're already dead. He comes here. It's impossible. The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It's a trick in your mind. No. It's him. It's real. It's happening. It's not him. Go towards him. He's gone. You're too slow. We told you. It was a trick.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father, Zunbella, made sure of that.
You can do it. Your body You're swallowing up hard. Keep going.
Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs, errands out in the Orkney plains. That was her world, like this one, barren and lonely.
Nothing lives here, not even you. It's pointless. There he is, under the tree.
There he was, the lone figure of a boy, saw at play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted, and for the first time in years she felt a ray of hope. Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You can't even fight.
How does he so effortlessly court the world in bliss? If only she could the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it just like he does. You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it, and darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there is no going back to how things were, that there is nothing to go back to at all.
You won't survive. She fed him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign. Take it. The soul. Don't take it. It's coming from there. And there. What are they?
What's happening?
Go to the shards. Let's go to it. Focus. Where are we? I don't like it. This place feels creepy. This place stinks. There he is. Dillion. He's in the house. Going in. Keep him in your sight.
Where's it gone?
It's just a trial. You have to solve and then you will find it. So close.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry, not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillion and the others.
The arch. Is it a gate? It's magic.
But the water. She could taste the rot. No one else could. She knew something was wrong, something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing, and they knew that she was not like them.
The bridge, it's broken. Fix it. The house. You can see the light. Find it. She did it. She didn't do it. It's not done yet. The runes. You have to focus. End the trial. It's close. Him. Move away. Don't let them see you. There. Focus. Find it. Focus. Watch your dying. Run. Find it. Run now. You don't even have your soul. Senua, get away. It's your save. Save. I fear not. Save. You're dying. Light. Another one. Go towards it. Focus. Two more to find. Where are they? Dillion. Where are you? One more. Don't get lost. Don't let it look at you. You have to find a way out. Get out. You did it.
But there's more. There's always more to do.
Can you do it?
It's not going to be easy.
You've come this far, but the bridge is broken.
There's no way you can fix it.
What do you do now, Senua? The face. A mask. What is it? What does it
Be careful. It's not safe. Trust us.
Where are we?
It's the same but different. It's lighter.
It's nicer.
The bridge is not broken.
In this world, it is fixed.
Dillion is in there. You need to find the runes to find Dillion. It's closed.
Open the gate.
She can't.
It's locked. Try harder. The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it.
Dangerous.
Follow it. What's behind the gate? Dillion.
There he is.
What are you waiting for? Quick, find the way. Don't let him disappear.
Where is he?
The wrong world. He's in the other world. He's in the dark world.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white, darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of her own making. Dillion taught her to see further, to peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
You can't go up there, not in this world. Senua, you've got it. Isn't he here? He's in the dark world. Without you, he's up there. How do you get up there? Find the way.
Years had passed and she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend Dillion. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love, but the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zimbel and her past, and Dillion her future. Two realities tearing at her soul.
She is pure darkness. These runes mean nothing. These trials mean nothing. Gods are laughing at you. What if this is pointless? You see runes everywhere. The gods were lying. They don't mean anything. Be careful. Very careful. Come this far. Don't let him slip away. You can do it.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld and looked dimly upon druids like her father Zimbel. I guess he took after his own father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind.
You're going to fall. It's not safe.
She felt safe in Dillion's arms, not to see through his eyes in the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Where is he? It's your fault. He's gone. Drowning. This is pointless.
I know what you're thinking. He's not really here. Seems there is no escaping the past in this place. And so she is forced to relive it. To what end? She could spend hours, days even trapped within herself in the dark. And when it finally let her go, she could be anywhere with no memory of how she got there. But here, for the first time, someone was there to help.
Where is she? Feels wrong.
Where are we now? A burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death because we have no answer for it.
Why has Dillion brought it here? The dead walk here.
But when it comes, it forces itself on our friends or loved ones. Then it comes to recognize.
Don't go in there. Go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. There he is. Dillion. Finally.
Why is he crying?
Go to him. How did you let him go again? Find him. You have to find him. The torch. It's not him. We told you it was a trick. The voice is changing. It doesn't sound like Dillion anymore. What's in there? A secret room. How does she get in there? Give up. You did it. The sword. You have to get the sword. He left it for you in the tree.
Dillion gave her the strength to pass the warrior trials, and she saw a way out. To leave her past behind and become a warrior in Dillion's clan.
This is your fault. You brought this plague to us. Have blood on your hands. Coming for you now. There's nowhere to run. Stay here and rot. This is where you belong. Who's that? It's Galena. Her mother is here. She's dead just like you. Darkness took her, and it will take you too. You're both dead. You both surrendered to darkness. Mother and daughter dead in the sea of corpses. The darkness has taken you. Galena and Senua. You alone. There's nothing you can do. You're dead. You both are dead.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. He gave her the sword with which to fight in more ways than one, and she gave him her word never to surrender. All she needed was a little help, a little hope.
We found you. Where have you been? There she is. We thought we lost you. Need us here to help you. Don't worry. You don't have to do this alone anymore. Silence is lonely. There's a way in. Look up. She's so clever. Go up into the mountain. Just up there. There's a door. You can do it. See it. Come on, Senua. Don't open the door. What is it? She can feel it. No. Stay back. Get back. Stay back. Get back. Stay in the light. She has to find Dillion. You have to go in. Go. Run. Keep going. She won't make it. Going. Run. The gods are in her mind. The door. She can't get the torch. Who is it? It's the beast. Oh, it's Galena, her mother. It's a trick. The darkness is stealing your memory. It's not her. Yes, it is. It's just another trick. She's gone. The runes. Find them.
She can't remember when it started, when her mother lost her smile, her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child, and the first time she felt the cold chill of fear.
Her torch is going out, and this will come again. She hasn't got much time.
I don't talk much about her father, Zimbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
She has it. 2 more to find. Why is she doing this? It's pointless. A trick. The beast has been here. Keep going. Has to go under. She can't. The torch will glow out. She can do it. Lights out. Run. Get to the light. Get to the light. Stop. Stop in the light. You're safe in the light. Get to the next light. Run. Look. Fire. She has to get it. There's the torch. Take it. It will keep you safe. Now you can see. She can find the rune. There. The runes. Can you see them? She has it. 1 more to find. There's nothing behind the door.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness she lived through as a young girl, imprisoned in her room at night, the faces in the dark coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father and Belle could see the monster in her.
The light won't save her now. Fight! Use your sword. She did it. You can't go anywhere without the light. The torch and move. She's lighting the torch to keep the darkness away. You have all the runes. She has to go back.
Dillion. She can help but think of him, a tender guiding flame in a world so black.
There's still further to go. He's close. She can feel it. Keep the torch alight.
The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
The beast is near. Keep looking for Dillion. Don't let the torch go out. The beast. It's coming. Darkness is coming. Go quickly. The torch has gone out. Darkness is here. Ahead. Run. He is. Keep going. The light. She can see it. The beast has Dillion. Thanks, and you'll find him. Dillion is yours. Protect him. If you lose him, you lose everything. Have to fight for Dillion.
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force, and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods, a familiar hand, cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals, kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse, the darkness or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both, and so she left, headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived, but maybe Dillion would still be alive. She will save his soul, even if this time she can't save her own.
The shadow. Listen, don't trust it. Tell us to trust him, Bridge. It's broken. She can fix it. She can't. She's done it before. You have to fight on. Be powerful. The final battle. Get his soul back. It's the final test. She can do it. She can still see the secrets of the gods. She can do it. Fight. Use your sword. Hela. The path to Hela. Senua, turn back. It's too dangerous. Wait, what happens when she dies? It's to us. I do. I don't want to die.
We all die someday, and once everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die. Well, stop. Turn back. Stop her. I don't want to die. Please, stop. Please, stop. You'll never come back if you go there. We have each other now. Don't abandon me. Senua, listen to me, not them. We're afraid. My children scared. They dark monsters to fill the void. Make them real. No, don't leave me. Please, come back.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear, dividing lines. No, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell. Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return back to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves and clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
We're still here. She's still here. Hello. Oh no. It's the rod. The darkness is coming. Wait. What is it? It's different. It's okay. Is it okay?
This is where my story once began, and so it has to end here because I cannot see further than this. My friend, go with her. This will now be your story to witness.